Huawei has denied a British report accusing it of colluding with the Chinese government. But the UK Parliament's Defence Committee says it has clear evidence. The committee says this means Britain might have to remove all Huawei equipment from 5G networks by 2025, 2 years earlier than planned. Huawei has slammed the report, saying it lacks credibility. The US and its allies have been leading a boycott of Huawei technology, convinced the telco is being used by China to spy. Now, for more, Ollie Barrett joins us from London on this story. Ollie, what exactly do we know of this clear evidence that the Defence Committee says they found?
Well, the committee took evidence from experts from all sorts of sectors in the communications sector, players in the sector itself, people who work for businesses in the telecommunications space, from China experts, from experts on UK-China relations, from security and intelligence officials too. And the MPs involved say that they built a clear picture of two things, really. One, they say that Huawei has received subsidies effectively from the Chinese state, which has allowed it to offer its products cheaply in Europe and other parts of the West, and therefore gain a foothold in key markets at the expense of Western competitors. These MPs also claim that they heard specific evidence from one researcher in particular, but other sources too, that point to clear links between the Chinese state and Huawei. Now, Huawei denying that, questioning the credibility of the report, but certainly these MPs believe that a picture has emerged that mean it was right for the UK government to effectively pull Huawei out of the 5G infrastructure rollout, but also existing elements of the UK's internet infrastructure. The recommendation that if things persist and if relations with China worsen, that Huawei may have to be pulled out of involvement in 5G and other parts of the internet network by 2025 instead of 2027. That is something that the MPs say may be necessary, but they admit that if that did happen, given the lack of competitors and other sources of equipment, they say that that could lead to internet and data blackouts in the UK as a result. So certainly difficult decisions for the UK government to make, but this is a very influential group of MPs that's put this report together.
Well, Ollie, the UK is also in a precarious position in Brexit trade negotiations with the EU. This report could risk alienating the major trade partner, and that's China. So can London afford for that to happen?
London certainly hopes that that doesn't happen, and it was already treading a very precarious line in terms of its relations with Beijing, while wanting to safeguard as much of the trading relationship as possible. They've fallen out over issues including Hong Kong, Huawei as well, human rights too. Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister, has stressed repeatedly in recent months that he is a Sinophile, and actually this report itself from MPs does stress that the West, it says, should not succumb to ill-informed anti-China hysteria. So again, another example of a very difficult line that the UK government has to tread here, but certainly as it leaves the European Union, hopefully it feels with a trade deal in place, Global Britain is what we keep hearing from UK government ministers. They certainly do hope to build on the trading relationship with China, but at the same time, this government has taken a slightly tougher approach than previous governments towards Beijing on a number of issues. And Boris Johnson knows that in his own party, there are some pretty hardline MPs who want to see that continue.